This Bowtech Original Series is brought to you by the Realm SS, the most accurate and smoothest bow known to mankind, period. Only from Bowtech, an entire company obsessed with accuracy. Shoot one at your local dealer today.
You can butcher wild turkey with confidence by following just a few simple steps. The first thing to do with last season's turkey is to make sure to get it thawed completely. You want to do this in cold running water in the sink or the refrigerator. You want to make sure to keep the meat below 4 degrees or 40 degrees Fahrenheit, and that way it'll prevent any bacteria development. The first thing we want to do is to remove the legs. You can always slice through the bone, but what I like is a good clean cut at the knuckle. You can see how good that looks. Simply hyperextending that knuckle, and you can feel the bone right there. Pressing the knife in between, you reveal that. You hyperextend, and then down on the board, you can see how clean that comes off. For me, after this is cleaned up, that makes a perfect drumstick. Now let's go on to removing the drumstick. To remove the drumstick, just start underneath and pass your knife right up to the back of that joint. Then you can feel what is the knee. Just run your fingers along that, pass the knife through, and you'll see how cleanly that'll open up for you. If you just take and press it down against the board, your knife will press right through in between that joint firmly. Remember, in the field, you can always remove the flesh from the bone, but one of the reasons I love to leave the flesh on the bone is because there's so much flavor. Now have a look at this thigh. You can see the joint. I'm just going to run the knife right along that natural edge, and you can see if I hyperextend that joint, it exposes it. All I'm going to do is take a good sharp knife, follow that in behind, and you can see how it begins to reveal itself. Run your knife through the joint and slice through what's left of the flesh. When it comes to the wings, it's basically the same procedure. You want to follow the natural lines and get down to that knuckle. Once you do, continue to slice. You can see how that knuckle exposes itself, and finish cutting through. Now with a little heavier knife that I can use as a lever, I'm going to remove the head and the neck. I always use the neck for things like soups and stews, and I always save it because there's a fair amount of meat on it, and it's really tender meat, perfect for making ravioli. Now the final step is to remove the breasts. Interesting, you can see the pass through from the arrow. Locate that breastbone first. Take your knife and gently pass it through just on one side. And as you do, continue to slice. And when you reach that breastbone, what you can start to do is literally press down on it and begin scraping it off the breastbone. You'll see this piece of meat right here. That is the tenderloin. You'll also notice that it's a little bit bloodshot there, so I'll have to trim that out. Use your knife and just go down. You see if you can follow the bone, that's that breastbone. And just continue to press it away. When you get it off the breastbone, lift it up. You can see that your knife passes through cleanly, and just continue to work it off that bone. You can see this wild turkey has 10 really important cuts. We've got the carcass, which can be used for a stock or a soup, the neck, which would be great in a soup or a stock as well. We've got 2 legs, 2 thighs, 2 wings, and 2 breasts. All of this together means that you can approach butchery with wild turkey with confidence.